It's been nearly 2 decades since the original Metroid Prime trilogy ended, and now, with Metroid Prime 4 Beyond finally on the horizon, fans are asking one big question. Is this just a standalone comeback, or are we witnessing the start of a whole new trilogy? Hey everyone, welcome to Chozo Archives. My name is Ethan, and this is my channel where I discuss all things Metroid related. If you enjoy Metroid content, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. I appreciate all of the support. Today we're going to talk about the evidence suggesting that Metroid Prime 4 Beyond might actually be the start of a new Metroid Prime trilogy. So without any further delay, let us begin. Back on February 16th, 2025, the X or Twitter user Nash Weedle leaked that Metroid Prime 5 is already in development for the Nintendo Switch 2. I will say it's worth mentioning that Nash Weedle does not have a perfect record when it comes to their leaks. However, they notably predicted a Metroid Dread release for 2021, which ended up being accurate. So this supposed leak is definitely something to pay attention to. Personally, I think it's a little far-fetched that Nintendo is in the middle of production for Metroid Prime 5 right now. However, I would not be surprised if there are already early concepts for the game coming together, with plans for development being made for immediately after Metroid Prime 4 Beyond's launch. Similar actions have been taken in the past for other prominent sequels like Mario Kart World, Tears of the Kingdom, and Splatoon 3. And while Metroid is not as successful as a franchise compared to the likes of Super Mario or The Legend of Zelda, the recent successes of Metroid Dread and Metroid Prime Remastered have proven to Nintendo that the desire for new Metroid games is alive, well, growing, and most importantly to Nintendo, profitable. Speculation can only take you so far when you're trying to predict the future of a series like Metroid, but it is very fun. One thing that has stuck out to me over the past year as we've received our first few insights into the lore and story of Metroid Prime 4 Beyond is the central theme of going, well, beyond, possibly not just through space, but time as well, as some fans have speculated. The Metroid timeline can be a little confusing at times, and this idea of going beyond might be more significant than we think. I think it's possible that Metroid Prime 4 Beyond could be the official break-off point to an alternate timeline, separate from mainline Metroid. As of now, all the Metroid Prime games officially take place between Metroid Zero Mission or Metroid 1 and Metroid 2 Return of Samus. Honestly, creating a separate timeline is not likely what Nintendo is going for, but I think it would be kinda cool, as it would allow the events of future Metroid Prime games to unfold however the developers see fit, without having to fit neatly between the stories of Metroid 1 and Metroid 2. But even if a separate timeline is not the intention of Nintendo, I think that Samus going beyond might be more than just her going to the planet Viros like we've seen in the trailers. Maybe Viros is just the first planet Samus will visit in a new galaxy. Maybe we'll see her explore several different planets in this new galaxy over the course of 3 games, whilst attempting to stop Psylux from getting whatever he's after. Who knows, honestly. My point, though, is that going beyond feels to me like a launching pad for a new storyline that could span several games instead of just one. But only time will tell. As everyone knows, the development timeline for Metroid Prime 4 Beyond has been an absolute mess with countless delays and hiccups. However, this may not necessarily be a bad thing. It's clear that when the game restarted development with Retro Studios back in 2019, the product that Bandai Namco Studios had been making was not living up to Nintendo's standards. And on top of this, even though development restarted for the game over 6 years ago, it still hasn't come out yet. While not always the case, longer development times could imply larger ambitions like laying the groundwork for many games, not just one. I don't know. Maybe I'm too optimistic. The long development times could also very well mean any number of negative things. We also have to consider the fact that the COVID-19 pandemic slowed everything down during the critical years of the game's restarted development. So yeah, take it how you will. But I'm choosing to believe that Nintendo has every intention of making Metroid Prime 5 and maybe even Metroid Prime 6 over the next several years. But whatever happens, as a lifelong Metroid fan, more specifically a Metroid Prime fan, I can't even believe I'm getting Metroid Prime 4. I remember looking up Metroid Prime 4 on my parents' computer in 2007 and being extremely disappointed finding out that Nintendo had no plans for the game. And now, 18 years later, here I am making videos about that very game that's supposed to come out this year. It's just crazy. Thanks for watching, you guys. I really hope you enjoyed the video. I truly believe we've entered the next golden era of Metroid game releases, and that makes me so excited. Before I end the video, I wanted to take a quick moment to thank you all for the support on my last video. At the time that I'm recording this video, there are over 1,000 views on my last video, and I've literally tripled my subscriber count. I know that might not sound like much to most people, but it's absolutely massive for me, so thank you all so much. Please consider subscribing for more Metroid content in the future, and as always, you guys have an amazing rest of your day.